Loving
That's
all
what
of
it
it.
is.
All of it. We are so here for it all. We are loving it. We're so excited. Why not? He's going to dance because guess what? It is the 15th anniversary of AWLO. Guys, listen, it's such an amazing time. This is the best time, the right time, such a time as this, that God has put us all together in this space to be in this, wonderful organization, making transformational change all over the world for women, for families, for our communities. So let's give it up for ourselves. Let's clap for ourselves. Drop some hearts, drop some claps in the emoji in the chat section. Welcome to another wonderful session as we gear up to celebrate our 15th year anniversary for AWLO. Today's session is definitely going to be power-packed. So just make sure that you are ready, you are sitting tight, and you're ready to take a ride. Because our speaker today is prolific female leader, and you want to be here for it all. Thank you for those chats, Jen. Thank you for those emojis. So before we get started today, just a few housekeeping rules. Once you join the chat, make sure that you mute yourself out so that way your background noise does not interfere with our recording, because you know that we always repurpose this recording for the benefit of those who were not able to join, and even for just advocating and promoting the message of AWLO all over the world. And another thing is the chat box is there for you to share your comments, your thoughts, and just whatever you're feeling. And of course, definitely to hype up the speaker as well. So if the speaker drops a huge bomb and you're like, woo, that's amazing, drop it in the chat box. Now, the other thing is the reaction where you do the hand raise button. That is where you can raise your hands once it's time for question and answer. So let's save all of our questions till the very end. We have dedicated a special part of this presentation for you to ask questions, for you to interact and for you to be able to feel, the wholesome experience of this masterclass today. So right now, as we have all the housekeeping rules in tow and everyone is here, it's 8:01 and we are definitely known for being right on time. No colored people time, no African time here, even though this is AWLO. We're going to get started right away by inviting our president, our leader, amazing man, championing the cause of women, Honorable Elijah Atai, to give his opening remarks, and then we're going to get going. Welcome, sir. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Onyen. Thank you so very much. I'm so excited. It's a special day and a special speaker. Everything is just falling in place. We're so excited. 15 years is not Gary, it's not my mind. For some of you who understand my mind. If you don't understand it, Google it. It will help you. Google will help you on that. 15 years, it's been God. It's been God. If you've ever have a business or an organization that is non-for-profit, and you roll it back to back, the testimony is that for the 15 years, you can ask anybody, you can go to our website. For 15 years, we've not say maybe, how do you say? You say maybe you get, how do I put it? Maybe you're driving, you say you have a flat tire. We've never, all the thing we set out to do, sometimes even my directors, the board, well, are we going to do this? I said, well, that's what God has said we should do. And back to back for 15 years, we've never canceled one event. We've never lost anybody, in any of our events. We've not had one accident, nothing. God has been so faithful. So we have so many reasons to thank God, to be happy, and to celebrate. I've seen a lot. Some of you that will be in Dallas, when we're having our Thanksgiving, we'll bring out the flyer very soon so that you know that on the 4th, we're having a Thanksgiving in Dallas. You will hear a lot. I don't know how to put it. A lot of challenges, but God always show up at the last minute. God show up when you don't even expect it. And that has actually propelled me to say, you know what, I'm not going to give up. And I just want to use the opportunity to thank God for those who have been with me from day one. I see have few of them here who have been with me from day one for this ministry, because it's not more just an organization, it's a ministry. AWLO is a ministry, it's a strong movement, and now, even when they will try, sometimes you want to use even the members of AWLO, to bring, you know how they will work. You want to use someone inside to bring us or to, make us lose faith. But thank God for the grace. Thank God for who He has made us to be. And thank God for the mercy and everything, the strength that He has given to me and my team, that we don't look at all those things. So when I look back for 15 years and all the seas we've crossed, everything we've done, and you look at where do we get the resources to do this? It's God. It's God. So, and we're moving to another level, that, and God is showing it as we're celebrating the 15 years anniversary. God is showing it. Today we have the Francophone chapter that comprises of Francophone countries. Heavy women. Thank God one of them is speaking today, and it's a lot. It's a lot. I don't want to, tonight is for Pastor Mercy. I don't want to waste her time. She's loaded. She has been waiting for today. And today is, and we're running up this week with her, and guess what? We're starting next week, amazingly, with a thorough, undiluted E4C champion. It's just been phenomenal. It's been good. So without wasting much time, welcome everybody. I've seen a lot of our members here. I was talking about those who have been with me, who've been with this organization for many years. I've just seen Reverend Richard. I don't know if he's still in the house. I can't see him again. God, and of course, the First Lady is here. Fantastic. And I just want to thank God. And today, my daughter, she's 18 years old. She's an adult, and I just pulled off from the celebration. I told her, you know what, the party is over. Time for business. Time for AWLO. So I just give God the praise, and I thank you all, Awlonians, your messages, your gifts, everything I've been pouring in since early morning. I just appreciate each other. Just know that I love everyone. I appreciate you. Over to my phenomenal capacity moderator. Doctor, over to you. Can you please,
sir.
Can you put a red carpet to welcome our speaker? I need a red carpet,
Yes, sir. We're about to roll it out. We're about to roll it out, sir.
Can you roll it out, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Honestly, we celebrate with you, Honorable. We bless God with you. We praise God for you and with you as the organization has spent 15 years. And that's just the beginning. The Bible talks about the fact that the path of the righteous shines brighter and brighter and brighter, even until a perfect day. So AWLO is here to stay, and we're going to keep moving to greater heights in Jesus' name. Right now, we're about to welcome our speaker for today. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman, and I can see her face glowing already with the glory of God. Yes, put her on spotlight. Yes, Pastor Mercy Djenebou Bouare, MA, SHRM-CP President and Founder, Leadership Excellence for Women by Women. That is amazing. She's a human resource manager, and she studied at the University of Texas. Come on now, Arlington, UTA. She's from my city. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming this beautiful woman of God who's going to be sharing her heart and her soul with us this evening. Welcome, Pastor Mercy. We are so elated, excited, and exhilarated to have you tonight on AWLO. Look forward to everything you're about to share with us. See, I got my pen. If you don't have your pen and your notepad, what are you doing? Don't sleep on this woman. Oh, she's about to drop some knowledge. So let's go. Thank you so much, ma. Welcome to AWLO.
Thank you so much, Doctor. It's amazing how, people can connect without even seeing each other's. I feel like I'm truly connected with you. And when I heard that you were going to be the moderator, I was like, we got it. We got it. So I'm very glad to be here. Thank you so much. Today, I'm going to do my presentation in French and English. With a Francophone, we want to take over. We are ready. I see our president, Fatoumata, is connected. And thank you to you, Prezi, because you've been trying to mobilizing all the Francophones since yesterday. I even sent them a voice message telling them that I will make sure to do the translation today. So they have no excuse. And with the Francophone, we are getting ready to take over and then also do great like the AWLO Anglophone. Without further ado, I am going to get started because we have a lot. Usually, this is a different type of courses that I give in the sake of my business, but I try to do a crash course today. So it's going to be very intense and very quick. And anyone needed to reach out to me later on, I'll be more than happy to do so. Rapidement, je vais dire bonjour à toutes les AWLO francophones. Merci, madame, d'être là avec nous. Merci, Freddy, Fatmata, madame Ba, de t'être assurée de dire à tout le monde de pouvoir nous joindre aujourd'hui. Comme je le dis en anglais, nous, les francophones, nous voulons vraiment faire un effort maintenant pour être beaucoup plus mobilisés sur AWLO, la plateforme AWLO. Merci encore à toutes les dames. Et aujourd'hui, je vais faire ma présentation en français et en anglais. I am going to quickly share my screen. It may look like a lot, but see. Okay. I will be presenting on Nugget to Harnessing Inspirational Leadership. Et en français, here we go. You have it right here. This is the agenda that I would like to cover quickly this afternoon. We will be talking about 4 essential nuggets of growing more inspirational. Nous parlerons aussi du fait de vous demander vous-même, est-ce que vous êtes leader ou manager? Then we will be talking about positive no for inspirational leadership. Je vous parlerai aussi du fait qu'il est très important pour chacun et chacune de nous qui sommes connectés aujourd'hui de pouvoir bâtisser et protéger votre marque personnelle. And finally, I will give some useful tools that each of us can just take away and we can be able to implement starting from today. Let's get started with the first one, the first topic, 4 essential nuggets of growing more inspirational.
Hello, Pastor. 1 second. Sorry, I'm
Sure.
not interrupting you. Okay, please, if we have the caption button, so you look at your system, if you're using a laptop, we've set it up already. If you're using your phone, you see where you say caption, then put it English. When she speaks in French, you can see the English interpretation. I just wanted to give that announcement. You know, I'm seeing my own. So if you use your look at your system, you see where you put caption. We've activated it so you can do it by yourself. Thank you very much. Sorry for the interruption.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Your Excellency. In fact, whatever I'm saying should be on the screen. So if I'm speaking French, Anglophone can follow up. And if I'm speaking for English, the Francophone can easily read through the presentation. Let me quickly check here. How many of us would like to be able to lead and have a perfect inspirational leadership experience with whether it's our team or our family or anybody that we come across? Can I see the hand up? Je voudrais rapidement demander, parmi vous, lesquels ou laquelle d'entre vous est désireuse de pouvoir avoir un style de leadership qui permet vraiment d'être inspiré, qui permet d'avoir un impact sur toutes les personnes que vous rencontrez. Est-ce que je peux avoir les mains pour voir un peu? Great, great. And you know, we all know that some people are graced to be born with leadership skill. They are just a leader and they were born like that. Awesome. But the rest of us, we have to do the homework. Let's just face it, it doesn't come naturally. Il y a certains parmi nous qui ont eu la chance d'être nés avec un certain sens du leadership aigu. Et eux, on peut leur dire vraiment félicitations. Mais pour le reste d'entre nous, nous avons vraiment besoin de pouvoir travailler sur nous-mêmes afin de pouvoir atteindre ce niveau de leadership. And that's why the number 1 nugget that I would like to talk about is leading with your heart for relational leadership. Je pense qu'en début du programme, il y a plusieurs speakers qui ont parlé de cela. Pouvoir se connecter avec les gens à travers le cœur, c'est très, très important. What is the fact of leading with your heart for relational leadership? It is a style of leadership that connects with others on a human level. Very important. You will ask me, how do I do that? By using emotional intelligence. We've heard that a lot throughout the discussion that we've been having since last week. And you can do that through compassion, understanding, being authentic. We've said that over and over. And this is the next thing that I'm going to talk about is kind of like, I will say it, hard for many leaders, but it's also very critical, especially at a time of crisis when you are a leader, is to accept to be vulnerable if you need to be, to show your team, to show your people that you are human. And then you may also need support sometime. You also need to be agile to navigate your team's emotion with resilience. Very, very important. Et certains d'entre vous vont se demander pourquoi est-ce que j'ai besoin de pouvoir diriger avec le cœur. Cela, en fait, va vous aider à renforcer la confiance. Let me see if I can move this on the side. Cela va vous aider à renforcer la confiance et ceci va créer, en fait, une équipe plus solidaire et coopérative, ce qui, bien entendu, va agir sur le service commercial si vous êtes dans votre propre business. Et bien entendu, cela va amener plus de business dans votre compagnie. Number second nugget. Lead with your soul for spiritual leadership. La pépite numéro 2, c'est de pouvoir diriger avec votre âme pour le leadership spirituel. Et comment est-ce qu'on peut le faire? En embrassant la gratitude. Parce qu'en fait, quand vous faites cela, plus vous êtes reconnaissant, plus cela va en fait libérer l'esprit de pénurie, cela va libérer le manque et même le sens du manque en vous. Ça va vous permettre aussi d'embrasser l'abondance. Et bien entendu, cela va déclencher une torrent de positivité qui va élever et vous-même en premier et ensuite toutes les personnes autour de vous. The number 3 element that I'm going to talk about is to lead with your mind for managerial leadership. And then we choose to see human existence as an infinite source of inspiration, which of course will fuel your own energy and it will help you to expand your boundaries. In doing leading with your mind, you also will be able to pursue the best in others. Very, very important as leader, which of course will create an atmosphere of collaboration, of support, which will nurture growth and self-confidence in you and in your people that you are leading toward your vision. And of course, the last item here is for you to be able to have a great motivation, which will come from tapping into your inner core. And of course, that will transcend your limitation, which of course will lead for you to mark everyone that you will meet on your path. Et enfin, la dernière pépite, c'est évaluer. Here, I'm going to really pound on this. I know that sometimes, especially for us Christians, we tend to say, oh, you shouldn't judge people. This is not about judgment here. As a leader, you also need to be able to be fair and to see what is going on, to see the big picture, and to see also who is really part of your team. And then those who are not part of it, what is preventing them to be part of the team? And what can you do to help them out? So here, when I talk about evaluation, there are 2 steps on that. Number 1, to evaluate others, and number 2, to evaluate yourself. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Let's first dig into evaluating others. Il est très important en tant que leader que nous puissions pouvoir faire une certaine évaluation. Évaluation des autres et évaluation de nous-mêmes. Je vais d'abord parler de l'évaluation des autres. Il est très important en tant que leader inspirationnel de reconnaître et de s'appuyer sur les expériences et les actions des gens, que ce soit des expériences et des actions bonnes ou mauvaises. Et il est autant nécessaire que nous puissions connaître notre valeur et ne pas forcer à rester à un endroit où vous êtes simplement toléré. Here, I really want to pause here. I'm at the second step. Know your worth and do not force to belong where you are just being tolerated. Sometimes I know, especially for those of us that are very inspirational, we want everybody to rally to our vision. We want everybody to just get it and then move with us and run with it. But sometimes we just have to face it. It doesn't work. And when it doesn't work, Know your worth and do not force to belong where you are just being tolerated. Very important. Nous devons aussi apprendre à nous éloigner si cela demande à ce que nous revenons plus tard, parce que le temps suivra son cours et cela va se faire naturellement. This comes actually, on top of what I was just saying. Sometimes we have to learn to walk away, even if it's mean later on for us to come back, because time will take its course. And if it's meant to come back, it will surely do so, but that will be natural. You will not have to be forcing it every day. And of course, sometimes we have to let it go so that our mind, our soul, and our body can get ready for the new. Because remember, we are talking about inspirational leadership. For you to be an inspiration, you have to be loaded. And when we said loaded, we have to also be able to always recycle, to always get to know more, to always educate ourselves. So by letting it go, you just free your mind, your soul, and your body to welcome the new. Et comme je l'ai dit, il est très important lorsque nous visons à être un leader inspirationnel de pouvoir laisser tomber afin que notre esprit, notre âme et notre corps puissent se préparer pour le nouveau. Maintenant, je vais parler de l'évaluation personnelle. Here, I'm going to talk now about self-evaluation, which is a crucial aspect of personal and professional development, as it will help us to identify our strengths, our weaknesses, and develop strategies to improve our leadership skill. A leader should be somebody who is willing to auto-analyze themselves and to see, where am I weak? Where am I strong? And what can I do to fill the gap? Un leader inspirationnel doit pouvoir être en mesure de faire sa propre introspection, qui est un aspect crucial de la croissance personnelle et professionnelle, car cela va nous aider à identifier nos forces, nos faiblesses, et bien entendu à pouvoir développer des stratégies pour améliorer nos compétences en leadership dans les domaines où nous sommes défaillants. How can we do that? Lesson learned. I love this. As a project manager, this is something that I always pound on my team. It is okay to make mistakes, but what did you learn from it? And what did I learn from it also? Lessons learned are very important because it helps us to reflect on past positive experience, which is, of course, one of the most effective ways to evaluate your leadership skill, where you demonstrated strong skills, identify the specific behavior and action that contribute to your success. The next thing au niveau des leçons apprises, c'est de pouvoir réfléchir à vos échecs. I know many of us, we don't like to talk about failure, especially as a leader. When we fail, we feel like, oh my God, this is bad. But I always believe that there is always something to learn, even in failure. Very, very important. Et donc, lorsque vous échouez, prenez le temps d'analyser la situation où vous avez eu du mal en tant que leader et identifiez les domaines spécifiques que vous devez améliorer. Finally, it is very critical to seek honest feedback from others, which you can do with colleagues, family, anyone that you know, and friend on your leadership skill. Mind you that I'm saying here honest feedback, meaning that if they give you the feedback, you should not be offended because you ask for it. And you need to be able to make people comfortable for them to give you a honest feedback. Et le dernier point dont je vais parler, en fait, c'est de toujours rechercher des critiques honnêtes des autres, de la part de vos collègues, de vos amis, des membres de votre famille, sur vos compétences en leadership. Et je vais vraiment m'arrêter une minute pour vraiment mettre l'accent sur ce point-là. Lorsque vous demandez des critiques honnêtes, soyez prêts à écouter ce qu'ils vont vous dire. Ne soyez pas offusqués si les critiques qu'ils vous disent vous blessent, mais vous devez être en mesure de mettre les gens en confiance afin qu'ils puissent vous dire la vérité. Cela peut vous aider, en fait, à identifier les angles morts et les zones que vous n'avez peut-être pas envisagées. Now we're going to get to the second item that I would like to discuss today. Leader or manager, which are you? Lequel êtes-vous? Un leader ou un manager? Let's see. People often confuse leadership and management, but these two are fundamentally very different. Quelle est la différence principale entre un leader et un manager? Les leaders sont suivis par des personnes, tandis que les managers ont des personnes qui travaillent simplement pour eux. Je dirais plutôt, pour être vraiment explicite, les managers sont en fait des boss. Point barre. I'm giving quickly a summary here on the role of a leadership and the role of management. A management role is an individual ability to influence, motivate, and enable others to contribute to the success of the organization. Un leader, en fait, aussi, c'est quelqu'un qui motive les gens à comprendre et à croire en la vision que vous avez définie pour l'entreprise et à travailler avec vous pour atteindre vos objectifs. Whereas, let's look at a management. The role of a management is to control a group or a group of individuals in order to achieve a specific goal. It is also to administer the work and ensure that daily activities are carried out as they should be. There are many types of leadership and management style where different situations, group or culture may require the use of different style in order to set direction and ensure it is followed. The second point, le point numéro 2, une façon de déterminer lequel des deux vous êtes, un manager ou un leader, comptez le nombre de personnes extérieures à votre hiérarchie hiérarchique. Je vais vraiment expliquer ça. Si vous êtes directeur, bien entendu, vous aurez des gens sous vous. Et ce ne sont pas ces gens-là dont je suis en train de parler. Par contre, les autres personnes dans l'organisation qui ne sont pas directement sous votre direction, mais qui viennent tout le temps vous demander des conseils. Plus vous avez des gens qui viennent qui ne sont pas en dessous de votre management, qui viennent vous demander conseil, plus vous le faites et plus vous avez la chance d'être perçu comme un leader. Here, the last point, I want to specify something. What I meant here is, let's say you are a director. You will have your own staff, dedicated staff under you in your team. But the way for you to identify if you are a manager or a leader, because remember, a manager is somebody who just gives instruction to his team. Get this thing done. That's it. Whereas if you are a leader, you will notice that even people that are not under your direction, your management, will be coming and seeking advice from you. The more you do that, the more people come and seek advice from you who are not under your leadership, the more you are seen as a leader. Because people can see that in you and say that, let me come to Dr. Oyenka Sola to ask for advice, even though she's not my direct boss. However, for a business owner or even a leader to be successful, he or she must be both a strong leader and manager to engage his or her team in achieving their vision of success. Pour y parvenir, il doit s'assurer qu'il, numéro 1, dépasse les distractions, maîtrise son temps, retrouve sa concentration et performance optimale. C'est pourquoi leadership et management doivent aller de pair. This is why leadership and management must go hand in hand. Although different, they are closely related and complementary. Any effort to separate the two within an organization is likely to cause more problems than it solves. Pour réussir, toute entreprise a besoin d'une direction capable, numéro 1, de planifier, d'organiser et de coordonner son personnel et ses dirigeants qui les inspirent et les motive à donner le meilleur de leur capacité. And this, here, I like, I guess that's maybe the HR in me. I always like to give a visual to people so that they can see what I'm talking about. With me, I like action verb. A leader asks question, whereas a manager gives direction. Un leader a des followers, alors qu'un manager a des subordonnés. A leader is motivational, whereas a manager has authority. Un leader vous montre comment faire, alors qu'un manager te dit quoi faire. A leader will create change, whereas a manager reacts to change. Un leader fait des zéros. Un leader essaie d'être un manager essaie d'être un héros. Finally, a leader develops power, whereas a manager exercises power. I would like to quickly take a temperature here. And let's just be honest. How many of us, sometimes people will ask favor or, ask us to do something, even at workplace. It can be your boss, your colleague, and you know that you have deadline. You know that you are already overwhelmed, and yet you have issue saying no. Can I see the hands up, please? I'm one of them. I used to be one of them. Je voudrais rapidement prendre la température de la salle. Combien parmi vous, que ce soit au boulot ou dans votre business ou dans la vie courante, vous avez énormément de travail, vous avez des délais à pouvoir accomplir, mais quand les gens vous demandent de l'aide, vous ne savez pas comment dire non. Est-ce que je peux voir les mains de ceux qui ont ce genre de problème? Like I said, I used to have that kind of issue. That is why it's very important in becoming an inspirational leader to learn to use positive no. Et c'est pour ça qu'il est très important pour pouvoir atteindre un leadership inspirationnel d'utiliser un non positif. What is that? It means to be assertive. At times, requests from others may be important and need immediate attention. That is a fact. However, they may conflict with your own value and take time away from working toward your goals. Even if it's sometimes we would like to do, but simply do not have the time for it, it can still be difficult for us to say no. La capacité de dire non est un puissant outil de gestion du temps lorsque on est à la recherche d'un leadership inspirant. Et how can we do that? Through strategies to dealing with this type of interruptions. Use a positive no. I'm going to explain. No positive comes in several forms. Le non positif se présente sous plusieurs formes. Number one, say no followed by an honest explanation, like I am uncomfortable doing this because, that's it. Le non positif aussi, dites non, puis clarifiez brièvement votre raisonnement sans chercher d'excuses, car cela aide l'auditeur à mieux comprendre votre position. Exemple, je ne peux pas le faire pour le moment car j'ai un autre projet qui doit être rendu aujourd'hui à midi ou à 17h. You can also say no and then give an alternative, especially one that it's your supervisor. I'm sorry, Fatmata, boss, I don't have time today, but I could schedule it in for tomorrow morning. So somehow you're not saying no to your boss, but you are giving alternative. Une autre option, c'est de dire non. Répétez la demande avec empathie dans votre propre mot, puis dites non. Exemple, je comprends que vous devez déposer ces documents immédiatement, mais je ne pourrai pas les déposer à votre place. Lastly, say yes. Give your reasoning for not doing it and provide an alternative solution. Example, yes, I would have loved to help you by filling this paperwork, but I do not have time until tomorrow morning. So if it can wait, I'd be more than happy to do it. Otherwise, you're going to have to do it yourself. And finally, this is for, I would say, the stubborn people. Offer a stated refusal and repeat it, no matter what the person says. This is more appropriate with aggressive or manipulative people and can be an effective strategy for controlling your emotion. Example, I understand how you feel, but I won't or I can't. Remember to stay focused and not get distracted by responding to other issues, because this type of people, they will keep on trying to make you do what they want you to do. And you have to be just no. I'm going to give quickly some useful tool here to be a leader that will help you to be a leader interested in becoming more effective. Je vais donner quelques outils qui vont vous aider. notamment le disque. Here, I'm going to talk about leading with disc. And that will help you to learn important things about yourself. Remember, I was saying that as an inspirational leader, you have to be able to evaluate yourself. Quand je vais parler du disque dans quelques minutes, cela va vous apprendre des choses importantes sur ce que vous essayez d'influencer. Here we go. Comment? You can use the DISC personality model. C'est un modèle de développement personnel qui aide les gens à comprendre pourquoi ils font ce qu'ils font. I believe last week we had one of the moderators, a coach from South Africa, and the question was some of the guests were asking, what about if I'm trying to push my team member, to be better, to take training and this and that, and yet they don't seem to see it, they don't seem interested. That is where DISC is very important. It's a personality model that I'm going to quickly expand on in a moment. Cela va vous aider aussi à identifier des modèles de comportement qui peuvent sembler à première vue étrangers, inconnus ou même contraires. DISC benefits is to augment the learner's ability to not only assess the readiness of a follower, meaning when I say learner, I'm talking about the inspirational leader, to assess the readiness of your follower to perform a task, but also to effectively adapt and communicate the appropriate leadership style. What does DISC stand for? Que signifie DISC? C'est en fait un acronyme: dominance, influence, stabilité et conformité. DISC is often associated with the term conscientiousness. Le DISC, en fait, a 4 styles complémentaires, comportementaux fondamentaux qui sont utilisés pour comprendre les comportements et les priorités en évaluant les réponses aux questions de routine. DISC also provide valuable insight into individuals' behavior tendencies and help identify their predominant character. Et enfin, en comprenant les principes de DISC, on peut mieux comprendre la façon dont les différentes personnes qui interagissent et abordent leur travail favorisent un style de management. Je vais essayer de bouger ça. Favoriser aussi une meilleure communication et collaboration au sein des équipes. How does DISC work? You respond, in fact, a DISC professional will, a DISC specialist will send you how we said, multiple questions, a series of questions. You will need to quickly respond to multiple situational scenarios without thinking twice. And once you make your choice, don't go back and change it. Donc, en fait, le spécialiste DISC va vous envoyer, en fait, toute une série de questions. Et vous êtes censé répondre à ces questions très rapidement. Et lorsque vous répondez, vous ne repartez pas pour changer votre réponse. Then you will get provided with rationale that explain how you perceive your environment and whether you have a tendency to respond to that environment with skepticism and question or with warmth and acceptance. Ces informations qui vous seront fournies vous permettront également de mieux connaître le comportement de ceux avec lesquels vous interagissez et que vous tentez d'influencer. The feedback you receive is categorized into 4 basic behavioral styles. Each of each is a blend of this style in one way or another. And let me tell you, with DISC, no style is better or worse than the other. Je veux simplement aussi dire que lorsque vous finissez de faire cette évaluation, vous allez recevoir en fait des commentaires que vous recevrez en classe en 4 styles comportementaux de base. Chacun de nous est un mélange de ces styles d'une manière ou d'une autre. Et je vais vraiment vous rassurer, aucun style n'est meilleur que l'autre. Les ampoules qui s'allument lorsque vous suivez une formation DISC sont à la fois cohérentes et prévisibles. You know, I've taken DISC multiple times and I train, people on it. But every time, it's amazing when I see the light bulb that switch on when you go through DISC training and then you see that it's consistent and predictable. Here we go. Remember, I mentioned that DISC is the the analysis of 4 different types of personality. Let's talk about the first one, dominance. Tout à l'heure, je disais que DISC, en fait, c'est l'analyse de 4 types de comportements. Nous allons parler du premier style qui est la dominance. The dominant style is bold and skeptical. It typically dives into challenges produced by their environment and place a high priority on winning. Dominance people tend to be more receptive to logic, data, and analysis than they are to somebody else's gut level feel or intuition. They pursue challenges in a dynamic, assertive, and self-assured manner. They easily get irritated with opposing point of view, which elicit a response sometimes that can be seen as indifferent, intolerant, or hostile. The next personality type will be influence. Le deuxième type de personnalité, c'est l'influence. Les personnes influentes. Elles sont audacieuses et acceptantes. Elles sont orientées vers les gens et motivées par leur relation avec les autres. Elles ont une tendance à accueillir les autres d'une manière chaleureuse et invitante qui encourage la collaboration et génère de l'enthousiasme. Elles relèvent les défis environnementaux de manière extravertie, enthousiaste et optimiste. Elles sont enclines à rendre les gens heureux et par conséquent peuvent être réticents à fournir aux autres des commentaires constructifs ou à prêter suffisamment d'attention au suivi ou à la mise en œuvre. The third style is people that are very steady. They are very cautious and accepting. They are highly motivated to help others and maintain the stability of their environment. They excel at cooperation and are many times described as calm or patient. I know that I don't have much time, so I'm going to quickly go over the remaining presentation. Et rapidement, la quatrième, c'est la conformité. Les personnes qui sont conformes, vous pouvez le voir ici, elles sont prudentes et sceptiques. Elles ont tendance parfois néanmoins à suranalyser, mais lorsqu'elles atteignent un niveau de confort, ils peuvent servir de source apaisante de soutien objectif. Now, we know that we are in a time of technology where it's very important for each and every one of us to build our personal branding. Créer une marque personnelle forte est plus importante que jamais dans notre monde numérique, car ce que vous publiez reste éternellement sur la toile. Un moyen aussi, il est important de pouvoir bâtisser et protéger votre marque personnelle, car c'est un moyen de mettre en valeur vos forces et votre personnalité, ainsi que de raconter votre histoire. Why is building a personal branding so important? If you have 81% of your audience online, let me tell you, most of the time they will research and find solutions that you are providing before you even know that they exist. Marketing your personal branding is also an effective way of making a difference between you and your competitor. Very critical. Your personal branding define who you are, what you stand for, describe your skills and experiences. Votre marque est ce que les autres disent de vous lorsque vous n'êtes pas dans la salle. Instead of just hoping that what people are saying behind your back is positive, you can be proactive with personal branding. A strong personal branding is crucial to attract people on the professional and personal level, which of course will help you to grow your business. These are just a couple of examples of people who develop strong personal branding. We all know Oprah Winfrey, Toby Robbins, who is very famous with coaching. And let me tell you, you don't need to refer sometimes to people that are well-known. You know, you can learn to develop your own personal branding with the help of professionals if you need to. We've been talking a lot about leadership. You cannot be a leader if you are driving in a fog. And in order for you to be able to drive and then lead your team to success, you need to have some declaration, some effective vision statement. which will, of course, will reduce your fog. If you don't know where you are going, any road will get you there. Si tu ne sais pas où tu vas, n'importe quelle route va t'y amener. This is something that I love to use. Vision board. J'aime beaucoup utiliser les tableaux de vision parce que ça t'aide vraiment chaque semaine, chaque mois à revoir en fait tes objectifs. And here, this picture, I love it here because it really talks about all aspects of our life. What is your vision for 2024? Getting more fit, exercising, publishing a book, and being recognized, getting married, be somebody who likes to smile, somebody who likes to welcome people, buying a new house. All of that, a vision board will help you to stay focused. It is very important for you and I to brand ourselves like a pro. By defining who you are, be authentic, be consistent. Il est aussi important de présenter vos idées comme un pro. Vous devez définir votre audience. Vous devez aussi vous assurer que tout ce qui est social media est clean et que ça va en fait en relation avec ce que vous voulez vendre comme vision de vous-même. Finally, you need to build your network like a pro. Follow relevant influencers. Build credibility. If you do it right, personal branding is one of the best ways to tell your story and advance your leadership. Finally, that's the last one. I would like all of us to take a second and then we're going to say this together. What is your mission? Je voudrais maintenant que ça c'est la dernière présentation, que nous prenions une seconde pour rapidement réfléchir et déterminer vous êtes en mission pourquoi, et nous allons le dire ensemble. So I'm going to give us 1 second, and we're going to say it, if you don't mind opening your mic. If you speak English, of course, and you are a man, I'm a man on a mission too. You are a lady, I'm a woman on a mission too. Si vous êtes une femme, je suis une femme en mission 2. You are a man, vous êtes un homme, je suis un homme en mission 2. Can we do it? 1, 2, 3.
I'm a woman on a mission to help people journey into purpose.
Je suis une femme en mission de pouvoir aider ma génération.
I'm a woman on a mission to love and be loved.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Pastor Mercy. Oh my God, this was an amazing, amazing session. Ladies and gentlemen, please, let's give it up for Pastor Mercy. I want to see you guys light up the chat box. Round of applause, hearts, whatever you want to use, whichever emoji fits the emotions that you're feeling right now after all of this learning. Let's give it up for Pastor Mercy.
Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's give it up.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so very much. Okay, we are getting ready for the question and answer. We're going to take the questions based on hands raised. I see someone's hands already raised up. Zainab's hands already raised up, so she will be going first. Kindly unmute your mic, Ms. Zainabu Suleimana, and ask your question, and Pastor Mercy will be gracious enough to respond. And anyone else that has a question on leadership, guys, today she talked about a lot of things. The best part that I loved about this presentation was when she gave a very clear, concise description of who our leader is and who a manager is. So managing and leadership, two completely different things. So guys, let us give it up for Pastor Mercy, and we'll take the first question by Zainabu. Please unmute your mic and ask your question. Thank you so much. All right, Ms. Zainabu, if you're not there, who else has a question? Maybe your hands are raised for something else, but please, who else has a question to ask? Any other questions that we want to ask Pastor Mercy today as we begin to round up today's session? Okay, I guess you did an amazing job, Pastor Mercy. I mean, come on now. You're an HR.
Well, it's one thing or another, either bad or good.
No, honey, it was not. It was all good. It was so good. Everyone is like, oh my goodness. Like, you know, when a teacher teaches and he hits the spot and you're like, any questions? And you're like, I get it. I mean, it's amazing. You know, for me, I absolutely love your presentation. The fact that you had to do it bilingual, that's in itself is a huge, huge, you know, success, because I mean, being bilingual is definitely worth its weight in gold in our economy today.
It's amazing, but I'm sorry, I was not asking the question. This is Djenebou.
Okay.
I had put up my hand long ago when she said somebody should put up their hands
Oh, so
when
you
they
can
are in
put,
the US, and I think it got stuck.
okay, you can put your hands down. Just go to the reaction spot and you see where you can put your hands down.
Yes,
All
I'm so
right.
sorry.
No problem. Thank you. You are so welcome. All right. Chizoba Christiana has a question. We will take her right now. Chizoba, come through with your question. You can unmute on mic and
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I actually have a personal challenge that I would like to, seek solution to. I work in a place where I was made a leader, and I found myself leading a group of men that were older than me. One in particular was on the same grade level with me. However, I am senior to him by steps according to public service. Then when I was made to lead the whole of the department, he actually was he would gather other younger officers to, disrespect, to not to do their job, just to make cause chaos in the office. I usually go to his office and I kept begging. It was a huge conspiracy, and it was not just one person. I found myself in a network of, gang up, like ensnared. And the thing was like, if for people that don't know me, they may start questioning my leadership qualities. But all that he was trying to do was just to discredit me. Instead of, but all the same, I had to focus on the assignments, the role that I was given to, but every day it's one thing or the other, one thing or the other. So I have even called people to, talk to him. I have done everything I could do. So I found out that he actually threatened me in my presence that I must fall. Some men don't like women to lead, and I find it's easier to say gender equality, but when you find yourself in it proper, it's just a very terrible experience I'm undergoing. So I don't know if any woman has gone through this, and me have resorted to prayers. At night, I just wake up and start praying because I have done everything I could do physically. Thank you.
so much, Ms. Chizoba. Thank you so much. That was a great question. We're going to give Pastor Mercy a moment to respond, and then we're going to take Ms. Djenebou Bouare. Thank you. Ms. Chizoba, you can put your hand raised down. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Ms. Chizoba, for the question. When you were talking, I was smiling because I've been through that so many times, my goodness. And, living in America, right now at UTA, we are about 300 in my department. I'm the only African with a deep French accent. And they get pissed off seeing me giving them, instruction, getting promoted. And number one thing that you said, begging, you shouldn't have to beg. Because you got to that position because of your skills. By you begging, it's like you yourself, you are not sure of why you are there.
Thank you.
A leader doesn't beg. A leader just keep quiet, observe, work, and then be able to identify who among those gang up people you can bring on your side. How do you do that? Competencies.
Mm-hmm.
I always tell people, results speak. People may not like you, but your result will speak for you. Whether they like it or not, whether they recognize it or not, it may take time, but the result will speak for you. Number two, you are doing the most important thing, which is prayer. Because let's face it, workplaces, you have all kinds of people coming in. I used to work in Washington, D.C. for this international nonprofit. We're about 1,800 in the office. Think about it. Some of those you will even see they will bring their shrine in the in their office. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And they will call it cultural group. I'm like, you are right. I know exactly what you brought in the office.
Oh.
When it's like that, and I have meeting with them in the office, I pray and destroy everything that they set up in that office. Number 3, that particular man, you know, I believe, I don't remember who it was during the presentation. She said a smile and a compliment can break anything. Even if it's one time that this person, this gentleman who is ganging everybody against you, the only one time he will do something good, say it publicly, congratulate him, recognize what he did. Slowly but surely it will start breaking the barrier. But please never beg. Never beg. I hope I answer your question.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you, Ms. Chizoba. Thank you so much, Pastor Mercy. That was an amazing feedback. I love the fact that you said results speak, competency. You know, one of the things that I tell my women that I, you know, train and coach and do whatever with, I tell them, I said, listen, we have to shift the conversation away from fighting for feminism, equal rights, to changing the conversation to being so competent it becomes impossible for anyone, man or woman, to ignore you. It becomes impossible. You know, just like the Bible says, the ways of a man, when it pleases God, even your enemies, they would be at peace with you. So let's move on to the next question. Let's just let that rest there. But thank you, Pastor Mercy. I appreciate you. We love you so much. We have somebody else who, Bouare.
That is my sister, actually. She was challenging me.
The name was the last name, the same one with you. Amazing, amazing. Okay, so is she just saying hello or is she wanting to ask a question? Because she has you full time.
Yeah, Asetou, on veut t'entendre, s'il te plaît.
Oui, alors bonjour ou bonsoir selon la localité. Vous m'entendez?
Oui, on t'entend.
Ok, d'abord, merci beaucoup à Djenebou Bouare pour la brillante présentation. J'ai beaucoup appris. Au départ, j'avais un petit souci de réseau, mais j'étais tellement anxieuse que j'ai prié et finalement, j'ai pu suivre. Et là, j'ai vraiment beaucoup appris. Seulement, moi, j'ai quelque chose à poser. Enfin, une question principale, c'est de savoir, en fait, ce que j'ai compris, c'est que tout un chacun, nous avons un talent, un ou plusieurs talents cachés. Ouais. Et je me dis qu'il faut pas se focaliser uniquement sur les études que tu as menées. C'est pas très évident de vraiment vouloir exercer sur ce dont tu as fait des études. On peut faire des études. Moi, par exemple, j'ai fait des études de médecine, mais actuellement, je me rends compte qu'en fait, est-ce que j'ai pas perdu mon temps en médecine? Est-ce que je ne suis pas vouée à autre chose? Et là, je découvre au fil du temps que j'ai des talents cachés, que je commence à découvrir maintenant. Maintenant, moi, mon souci, c'est quoi? C'est que quand tu te retrouves face à un tel tableau multiforme, comment faire le bon choix? La décision à prendre. Parce que là, il faudrait être audacieux, hein? Tout plaquer et se diriger vers d'autres horizons. Il faudrait être audacieux. Et ça fait partie des éléments que Djenebou a eu à énumérer. L'audace. Il faudrait être audacieux. Donc, je ne sais pas, j'hésite beaucoup, mais moi, j'ai vraiment beaucoup appris. Merci beaucoup, Djenebou, pour la présentation. Et j'espère que j'aurai une bonne réponse qui va me satisfaire et qui me permettra de prendre les bonnes décisions.
Absolument, c'est tout. Absolument. I'm going to quickly translate what she said. Basically, she's saying going to school, getting a degree is great. But sometime in life, you end up noticing that what you went to school for is not what you really want to do. She's in the same situation right now. She's my direct sister. She's right after me. She went to med school in Mali. And then now she's noticing that that's really not what she wants to do. And she's wondering, like, did I waste my time? And now the more she's doing other things like project management and things like that, working for international nonprofits as a consultant, she's discovering that she wants to do something else. And she mentioned that I mentioned that being audacious, being able to take risk. So in her situation, because, you know, she's getting to 45 and she feels like, how can I restart over again? That is in English. Je vais répondre à la question en français d'abord. Tu sais, c'est tout. Dans la vie de tout être humain, il y a des saisons. In the life of everyone, we go through season. Et quand une saison finit, ou pendant même que vous êtes dans une saison, vous pouvez découvrir de nouvelles choses. And while you are within a season, you may discover some new things. With me, the key is, if the new thing that you are doing, even if it takes you days to do it, it takes hours, long hours to do it, and yet, number one, you are not tired. Number two, you have a drive. Number three, you are always pushing. That is a key. Et donc, quand vous êtes dans une situation comme ça, je dirais que la première chose qu'il faut observer, si la nouvelle chose que vous êtes en train de faire, malgré que ça vous prend du temps, malgré que ça vous prend de l'énergie, malgré que le fait que ça vous épuise, vous continuez dedans. Vous avez la passion numéro 2 pour cela. Vous continuez à vouloir bien faire dans ça. Cela veut dire que c'est là où votre appel est. That will mean that that's where your calling is. I'm going to give my example. I'm not going to lie to you. I went to bed at 3 o'clock this morning because I wanted to serve my Francophone community. I could have done my presentation in English, period. But I said no, because I have a love for the Francophone community to tap into what AWLO is offering. I sacrificed, and I had to be up at 6 o'clock to go to the office, come back home, quickly get ready for this, and going back again for more meetings. But I have a drive. I have a full-time job at UTA. I have my TV show that I also do. Whenever I do those, sometimes I may have my show planned for like the whole day shooting. I may maybe sleep just 2 hours. And yet when I come on the show, people don't know. I am tired, but I have a drive to do it. Once it's done, I will just crash. But people will not see that. Et donc, je vais donner mon exemple moi-même. J'ai un boulot à temps plein à l'université. Mais quand je fais mes émissions de télé, des fois, je dois faire le shooting toute la journée. Et quand c'est comme ça, des fois, je ne dors que peut-être que 2 ou 3 heures de temps. Mais quand les gens me voient maquillée et tout sur l'écran, ils pensent que tout est beau et tout, alors qu'en fait, je suis épuisée. Mais qu'est-ce qui fait que j'arrive à tenir? C'est la passion. It is your passion that will help you to move forward. Donc, à ce tout, je vais te dire que, and let me tell you, when you are about to make those life-changing decisions, people around you may not understand. That's how you will know that this is where you have to push it. This is where you have to push it. When it seems like it doesn't make sense, that's where you have to push it. When I moved to America 23 years ago, my sister is connected. She knows. I had a great job. I had my own business. I was running somebody else's business. But I didn't know what it was. God just told me, drop everything and move to America. I came here with $300, no family. Had to move 8 times in 1 year. And I was like, girl, you are foolish. How come you dropped all of this and came here? If I had the money to take a flight back, I would have returned. But God knowing that, I came with just 1 way and I didn't have a dime to go back. So I'm like, girlfriend, you're going to fight. You have no choice. You put yourself in this condition, shut up and make it work. And that's what I tell my colleague at work. When we are in meeting and they act like they don't understand my accent, I'll be like, well, you know, English is one of the 9 languages that I speak. How many do you speak, by the way? Hello. Et donc, à ce tout, je vais te dire que tu connais ma situation. Quand j'ai quitté le Mali, il y a 23 ans, je suis venue en Amérique avec $300. J'avais un très bon boulot. J'avais mon propre business. Je travaillais dans le super café du Notre-Dame. Mais j'ai tout abandonné. Aucun de vous ne m'avait compris à l'époque, même maman. Mais Dieu m'a dit, quitte tout et viens aux États-Unis. Quand je suis arrivée ici, mais c'était la merde. Je ne savais pas quoi faire. Je n'avais pas d'argent pour prendre le billet pour repartir à Bamako parce que je me suis dit, je m'en fiche de la honte. Hein. Je vais repartir. I didn't care about going back. You know, sometimes when we come, we are like, oh my God, it's a shame to go back. I'm like, no, no, no. If I have to swim, I'm swimming to go back. But God was like, you have no means to go back, so stay here. Et donc, quand c'était comme ça, je me suis dit, bon, écoute, Djenebou, tu as pris la décision de venir toi-même, ferme-la et maintenant, fais en sorte que tu puisses réussir ici. Et c'est ce qui fait que quand je suis à l'université, que je suis en réunion, des fois, mes collègues me disent, oh, mais on ne comprend pas ton accent et tout. Et je leur dis, ben, écoutez, hein, l'anglais, c'est une des 9 langues que je parle. Combien de langues tu parles, toi? Et ça fait que leur bouche se ferme. Mais pour résumer, c'est la passion. Quand tu vas prendre cette décision, les gens ne vont peut-être pas te comprendre. C'est là même que c'est le signe pour toi qu'en fait, tu dois continuer dans ça. J'espère que j'ai pu répondre à ta question.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Mic drop, mic drop, mic drop. Mic drop. Listen, if this is the only reason you came on this, you know, masterclass today, I tell you that you have gotten your worth in the money we didn't pay to hear all of this. You have gotten the value in the money we did not pay to get all of this value. So just want to say, I mean, come on, thank you, Pastor Mercy. And, you know, I just want to say this to support everything you said. Being an immigrant woman here in the United States, in Dallas, Texas, in education, I face the same thing. Our accent is always a thing. And I always educate people and say, listen, having an accent is a human phenomenon. A lot of people who are uneducated and unenlightened will say you have an accent. Every human being has an accent.
Absolutely.
And I ask my students and say, if you don't have an accent, that means you're an alien. Are you an alien?
Nope.
Because obviously aliens, we don't really know who they are and where they're from. But if you're a human being living and breathing on this earth, you have an accent. It could be African, it could be French, it could be Texan, it could be Southern, it could be whatever accent. Every human being has an accent. So after I spent a few years educating the district, I stopped getting those weird, shady comments. And I'm like, good, now y'all know better. But guys, listen, Pastor Mercy has delivered beyond, in fact, everything that she promised when we introduced her earlier. And you know, when our founder said, if you miss today's one, now you sabi, I was like, okay, let's see. But you know what? I'm so glad that we made it here. Thank you so much, Pastor Mercy. Does anyone have another question for her? You know, going once. Going twice.
Can we, our time is up.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I don't have a question.
We just want to appreciate her.
I just wanted to congratulate her, and as we all know that each and every one of us have a great stories behind, coming to America, and is a plus that being able to speak different languages is really helpful. And she really handled this presentation perfectly, either the English side or the French side. So I congratulations, and let's keep up. Okay. Vraiment, je suis fière en tant que sœur. La présentation a été à la hauteur, et puis c'était bien détaillé, et il y avait beaucoup d'exemples tu nous as donné, et je vois que en écoutant les histoires, on a beaucoup de choses en commun. Nous sommes tous venus ici avec les mêmes idées, avec le American Dream. We all came here with the American Dream, but once here you realize that things are not going, the easy way. So vraiment c'était bien, et tous mes remerciements à vous. Et vraiment, there's also one thing, not only a teacher and a TV show she has, but don't forget that you are a full-time mother also, which is the third position. So congratulations, and
Thank you so much, Ms. Fatoumata.
Okay.
We really appreciate your contribution. Thank you so much. Our time is fast spent. We definitely want to get on about our business because we know it's Friday night in Africa, and I know what happens on Friday night. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for another amazing masterclass coming through. Don't forget, Monday is another day that we're going to be here on this platform to receive another phenomenal teacher and leader to take us through the celebration of AWLO's 15th anniversary. So celebrating with AWLO this 15 years has been an honor. President, do you have any closing remarks, or are we good to go, sir?
No, you're not good to go.
Okay.
I would like to invite Reverend Chidi, who is going to start the next week with us. It's going to be a great time. To just give us 1 minute. No, shouldn't still 1 minute. If he's still in the house, what do we expect? Tell us what to expect on Monday, please.
Okay, thank you, and good evening, everyone.
Thank you so much. Chidi, 1 second, please. Say 1 second.
Yeah.
Let me first of all thank Pastor Mercy. I didn't expect this. I told everybody, so if you miss it, you're on your own, because I've interacted with you, so I know what you carry. And I mean, Texans are so lucky to have you as their chairperson. They are so lucky, you know. That's why Dr. Onyi is jumping and everybody's jumping, because you're so loaded. You got a lot to give, and we can't wait. That's why I stop you. Is that we have. Thank God you're one of the speakers in Dallas, so everybody will get to. You have enough time to. I love the vision board. I'm going to share that. We'll discuss that. I would like us to have a session on vision board. It's very important. I attended one in Ghana some years back, and it's something every Lunian should, have the experience. It gives you direction. Even what I'm doing today is part of the experience, and part of the lesson I learned was from the vision board. When you understand it, it gives you a good direction in what you want to be. You don't deviate. You just have a direction, and you pursue it. And of course, it's sure that you must get results. This sure bank, if you follow it very well, you must get results. So thank you so much. Then Fatoumata, thank you so much. I've seen a lot of your members here. I just want to recognize you. Fatoumata is our Francophone chairperson. Francophone, all the Francophone countries. If you go to their group now, there are almost 150 members. They are growing like fire. When Pastor Messi was saying that, he said that they are ready to take over. I said, please take it easy. They are flowing, and we need to know more about this woman. She is the senior humanitarian finance associate at the United Nations, New York. She works at the UN, and she's one of the testimony of our having program. It was tough, for AWLO to have a side event. It cost us a lot of money, it's the logistics and everything. But we were bold enough to have that session and to have a side event at the United Nations. And that have opened so many doors. I can tell you, the doors is something, it was at the UN that I encountered Fatoumata, and we had a discussion. She was angry. She said she's followed AWLO. She said about AWLO, but AWLO is for the English-speaking countries. We don't care about the Francophone. That we've not ever done anything in the Francophone. And I was guilty, because I look at all our schedules since 2009. We've never entered any of those countries. Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, Mali. We've not. And I felt so guilty. I said, okay, now we are a global organization, and we cannot just be speaking English. Then we have to find a way. And we started the discussion, started putting structure, and of course, with our help. And today, if I tell you when we unveil it, when we officially launch it, you will know the testimony I'm talking about. And I've seen a lot of them here. So I want to really appreciate you for the hard work and for linking me, making sure that I will also get, when we're looking for a leader for AWLO Texas, Steve threw this lady at the UN, Fatoumata. He said, I have someone. I have a strong woman, a strong leader. And I said, okay, I need to have some session we have first to get to know if at all she is what we're looking for. And when I met with her, And she said, you know what, let me think about it. Can you send me more information about AWLO? I did. And she took her time, she took weeks and came back, called me, you know what? He said, this is what God wants me to do. And she started working. They are planning the event. If you miss Dallas, I'm sorry, but we'll find a way, because a lot of Nigeria, let me talk about Nigeria, they would have been there if the embassy was a little bit friendly. But getting a date has been a problem. And I just pray that this have to change. I still remember Richard is here. In those days, when we started AWLO and we started the global movement, we used to just send names to the embassy and they would give us a date for everybody, you know, for group visa.
Yeah.
I mean, when this your Trump came, all those things, he said everybody must go, you have to apply by yourself. And that have really messed up the relationship we've had, because that contract was signed many years ago, Richard. And when we have programs, we are registered by a 501c organization, and we relate with the commercial department at the United States. And they've come to one of our events too. And so what they do is that, come, send me the names, the list of your members who are going for this event. Though they will tell you automatically that it cannot be 100%, but you are sure that at least 80% of your members will have visa and travel. A lot of people travel through that. Until Trump came and we were looking for this, you have to have a date. For you to have a date, you have to go and pay agent, and it's stupid. It's crazy. It doesn't make sense. You know, it's high-level corruption, because people pay a lot of money, and at the end, you can't get a date with your money. You know, so so we have to also find a way to make Dallas Summit, you know, add some, you know, find a way to make sure that we go virtual too. People can join from everywhere, all over the world, because it's going to be so loaded. And with all what we have seen, most of the speakers were brought in here since last week, speakers that will be speaking at the summit. And of course, we need to make sure that our members also benefit from it. You know, so thank you so much for this. You've done so well. I can't wait to put this video on YouTube so that I can watch it again. It was serious, bumper to bumper, and I need to learn how to speak French, because it sounds so sweet in French, you know. But thank God for the caption board. I was, you know, when you speak in French, I was saying the interpretation in English. It makes me to follow, you know. I wish everybody did that. Like we said, you just need to go to your caption, change it to English. You won't miss anything. So without wasting much time, I know I've taken so much time now. Let me, Richard, in 1 minute, what do we expect on Monday?
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you. And thank you, Dr. Mercy. That was very powerful. Thank you, our moderator. I enjoy you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you for every leader who is here tonight. I just want to say this straightforward. I've made a personal decision never to speak about a subject unless if two things. Number one, I have an answer for it, or I can point you to an answer. So I prefer to talk about solutions and things that we can get doing immediately. Elisha knows me, not too much of talk back and forth. We got to speak with answers, and that's what this is all about. So here's what I'm going to say. What you're about to hear on Monday, take three things in mind. Number one is spiritually grounded. Number two is
Hey, your network is not born again. Hey.
It looks like you got frozen out. Oh my God.
Yeah, the network is not born again.
His network is not born again.
Unbeliever.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, Reverend. I was binding from here. I was binding that this network must come back.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's okay. So I want to stop here, but just know three things I want to put to your mind. Number one is spiritually grounded. Number two, socially relevant. Number three, scientifically proven. The things I'm about to say on Monday is a journey of 25 years of studying, restudying, learning, and learning, trying to answer one question: how do we get people to do better? And that's what you're about to hear on Monday. So I look forward to seeing you. I'm sure we're leaders here doing a lot already. Somebody asked at 45, can I start all over? And please be here, because I can guarantee you that that is going to happen. And by the way, what I'm about to speak on Monday is already scientifically proven. So it's a method that has been measured and remeasured and tested, and the result is consistent. So thank you very much. I hope to see everyone on Monday.
That's my mentor, if you don't know. And he has mentored so many of us, and I can't wait for Monday. It's one man that I've, even the AWLO today that we're seeing, the structure we're putting in place. We can't talk about AWLO without talking about Reverend Chidi Jacob. You know, you can't do it. You know, he's been there. I disturb him a lot. Even when, you know, he was with you in Atlanta. He lives in the US for many years. But now he said, no, I have to come back and create some impact in Nigeria. So you're welcome. You don't want to miss it. It's one of our top E4C champions. I've seen Coach Oscar, and I've seen a lot of our E4C guys here. Oh, Tony Okachuku, the aviator himself. Oh, wow. Tony, you want to say hello to the house? Please, now you can open your mic. We're done. Soon we're going to play our music and have for this anniversary. Don't forget that next week, on the 20th is the finale, where we have AWLO was born on the 20th of July. So Monday, we have a session, Tuesday, Wednesday, then that's Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and of course, anniversary. So you don't want to miss it. So I thank you for joining us. I've seen many of my Tawalin, I've seen you. That is a very strong member of AWLO, all the way from Abuja. Engineer Dr. Ozo, how is the youth doing? Hope you are prepared to host the youth. We have a Global Youth Summit.
We move.
Yeah, we have a Global Youth Summit on the 12th of August. She is the host. That's the chairperson of AWLO Rivers State. You know, I've seen, I've seen my very, I've seen some veteran people that were there from the beginning. You know, I've seen you. Wonderful.
Of course. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. These are Atlanta people. I've seen you. Gloria, how is Benin? I've seen you. Yeah, McAfee. Oh my God, our youth leader. McAfee, I don't know if you enjoyed what happened on Wednesday. She's here, amazing leader. You know, thanks for Joy Akbar. I've seen you. Eunice. Oh, Ghana. Fantastic. I'm happy that Ghanaians are here too. Yeah, Joy, I've seen you. I've seen Victoria Joma, Gloria Binuvia, Oscar Coach. I Cape Town today. I've seen you. You know, let me go to the other side.
It's beautiful. It's cold and windy and it's raining. There's so much flood here. Pray for us, guys.
We're praying. Don't worry. Everything is good.
Good evening.
I've seen our VP South Africa, Zanele. I've seen you. I've seen Dr. Isokem all the way from Toronto. I see you. Maureen, Andrew, I've seen you. I've seen everybody. Of course, the First Lady is in the house. I've seen you, ma'am. Thank you very much. And congratulations for giving me a beautiful daughter that turned 18 today. You are
yes,
such
our princess is 18.
You are, yes, so amazing woman. That is my own body from my village, go. So that is here representing all of it tomorrow. It's here my body. You're here. So Victor Jimmy, I love this guy so much. So good to have you with us, a true champion, doing so much great stuff for women in Lagos.
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy.
Thank you, sir. Really respect, sir. Thank you, sir.
I love you.
Yes,
I love
boss.
you, bro.
Yeah.
I love you, bro. You're doing well. You know, so I've seen everybody. If I didn't mention your name, just know that. Jamie George, USA. I love you. I've seen you. You know, everybody. So my speaker, thank you so much. Thank you. for making out time. And thank you for yesterday meeting, the Texas meeting, and all the plans we have to have fun in Texas. You and your team, you guys are doing well. Unfortunately, I didn't see a lot of them here. I don't know why. So even I don't know why our VPs and chairpersons are not here. We'll talk about that on our page. I've seen Noni, Maxine, and all our leaders that came from Mali and the rest part of the world. Thank you very much for being part of today's event. Don't miss, have a great weekend, and don't miss Monday. Is not if you miss Monday, you're on your own, because I know what is going to happen here. And we're going to start the way we start today, very early. The hall will be open by 7:30. We'll be on, Then of course our moderator will be in. You don't want to miss her. You don't want to miss a session that have her moderating, because she adds so much spice to the event, so you don't want to do that. So I see you all. I see you on Monday. God bless us. God bless us.
Have a good weekend, everyone. See you on Monday. Bye, everyone.
Nice meeting you all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.